Good morning, year two. I love getting post, don't you? Especially when it's tricky for us to keep in touch. It's nice to get a letter from someone. Have a look at this one. How exciting! It looks like it's been hand delivered. I wonder who it's from. Can you see any clues?
Have a look at the next screen. There are lots of characters of stories that we've already read in year two. Can you remember them all? Can you name them all? Tell the person sat next to you. Did you remember them all? Were you able to identify which story they were from? So we had Lost and Found, The Boy and the Penguin. We had The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane, Beagoo, our newest book, A Boy and a Bear, by Dave Shelton, The Cat and the King Who Banned the Dark from quite a long time ago. I wonder if you remembered that one. The Dragon from There Is No Dragon in This Story, and Something Else. Take a moment to look at and remember these stories. Can you choose your favourite? Talk to the person sat next to you about which one you liked the most and why. I had to think about it, and this is what I decided.
I think my favourites are Edward Tulane, because I love all the different adventures he goes on and all the different people he meets. And There Is No Dragon in This Story, because I love that it has all the different fairy tales in and it has a happy ending.
Okay, so remember that our learning objective this week was to make inferences on the basis of what's being said or done. So using your detective skills, look at the next screen. You will need to look at the picture clues and see if you can infer who all of the characters are. You should have seen this picture before and you might remember it, but talk to the person sat next to you about who you think these characters are and why. How many were you able to identify? Have a little look. I think down at the bottom here, we've definitely got Goldilocks, stood next to the bear with a bowl of something in her hand. Then if I have another little look over on the other side, we can Little Red Riding Hood. I can infer it's her because she's got a hood and a basket. Then slightly more obvious, we've got the three little pigs, and then stood next to them, the frog prince trying to give them a kiss. And then if we look back on the other side, I can see Cinderella. Again, I can infer it's her because she looks like she's lost a shoe. And then at the back, Hansel and Gretel, perhaps. How many more did you find?
Okay, now that we've done that, let's open this. Any ideas who it's from? Let's have a look. Okay. Hi, Mrs. Wilson and year two. I haven't seen you in a while and I wanted to say hello to you all. As you know, I'm not very chatty, so I thought I'd send a letter to say hello. Hello. I've also sent you a few mysteries to solve. In these envelopes, there are some pictures and objects. You have to see if you can work out who sent each letter. Using your inference skills. I've given you a few objects that you might infer were all about me, so that you can work out what to do. Okay. Good luck and have fun. P.S. I will teach the king to write letters soon, so you might get one from him too. P.P.S. I thought you might enjoy this. I didn't want you to get bored like the boy in the boat. Okay, let's see what the objects are. So remember, these are going to link to whoever sent our letter. First, we've got a dragon pencil, but a dragon. This is very mysterious. Then we have, looks like part of a castle. Who might send part of a castle? What might that link to? Okay, I think there's one more item. Okay, these are very strange. Can you see what they are? They're kind of wiry. What might they be? Have a think about who we could infer those three items link to. Who is our letter from? You're right, wiry whiskers The castle for the burnt down castle, and then after that for castle close, and the dragon who caused the unfortunate incident. Our letter is from the Cat and the King. Let's have a look and see what's in one of the other envelopes that he sent.
Okay, first step to success then for inference, look for the clues. Then think about what you already know. Which character could these items relate to? So we've got a phone, some leaves, and the colour yellow. Did you guess it? It was Bigu. But if you thought of another character, as long as you can use your because, then that could be right too. Let's try solving another mystery together. What do we think this time? So now we've got what looks like a sad face, a torch maybe, and a light bulb. Which of our characters could they relate to? How were your inference skills that time? Did you guess it was the king who banned the dark? Well done if you did. Right, it's now time for some your turn challenges. There are 5 mystery envelopes on the board. Each one of them has a set of objects or pictures in them. Can you use your inference skills and identify which character sent each letter? Pause the screen and have a go. If you'd like to write the answers down, you could do it in your exercise book, and don't forget, if you don't have one, you can pop into the school reception to get one. Off you go. Some of these are pretty tricky to work out, but see if you can, and then come back to see if we had the same ideas. Okay, see if your ideas matched mine. So I think the top left-hand letter was from the king because he lives at 37 Castle Close. He loves music, especially his marching band. And then we had an umbrella and a bobble hat for the boy from Lost and Found. And then a mirror, that gloopy green stuff that something else eats, and a tennis ball for when he tries to play tennis with his friends. We had a red silk ribbon in the bottom left-hand corner for Edward Tulane, as well as a heart because he learns to love throughout his story. And then finally, I think the dragon sent the last letter because we had fire because he breathed fire. We had a picture of the sun because it was the sun that was sneezed out, and then the magic beans that made the beanstalk that was also part of the story. Did you agree with me, or did you have different reasons and different characters? I can't wait to find out. If you'd like to carry on being detectives, perhaps you could go on a hunt around your house for items that could belong to story characters that you know, perhaps from books that we've read together or from other stories that you know. Have a look at these pictures, they might help you to get started. You could even design your own envelope and do drawings or find objects and get me to guess what your character is, or create a mystery letter challenge for a friend. I look forward to seeing the activities that you get up to. Don't forget to send them in to our Year 2 email address. Right, stick with us then, because we're going to read the next chapter of The Boy and a Bear in a Boat. The Harriet. "Why is your boat called Harriet?" said the boy. He wasn't really all that interested, but at least it stopped them having to play I Spy anymore. The bear kept rowing and turned his head to look over his shoulder at the way they were going. "I named her after a friend of mine," said the bear out of the corner of his mouth. "There's a Harriet in my class at school," said the boy. "Harriet Bailey." "Oh, yes," said the bear. "Is she nice?" "No," said the boy, "not really." "Oh," said the bear. "At least, not so nice that you'd name a boat after her. Oh, said the bear. What's your Harriet like then? Said the boy. Well, I don't really know any more. I haven't seen her for a while. The bear stopped rowing to scratch his nose. But she used to be all the things that I hoped the boat would be. Like what? Said the boy. Well, said the bear, she was very strong and reliable. He was looking up and away now, into the distance and the past, and smiling. And very buoyant, he said. Then he grinned broadly directly at the boy and pulled on the oars once more. Then he started singing again, a little more loudly than before. The boy took a new look around the boat. His first thought that it wasn't much of a compliment to have a battered little boat like this named after you. But on closer inspection, he changed his mind. She was an old boat, clearly, but well looked after. Loved, even. Although the waters had washed and worn her timbers over many years, it was clear that they had been freshly painted and with considerable care, and the metal fittings gleamed, even if some of them were held in place by as many as 3 different sizes of screw. There were signs of any number of repairs if you looked for them, but you really did have to look for them. They had been carried out with such patience and care that they were barely visible. It would be impressive work from a skilled carpenter, let alone from a bear who could barely fold a map. She sounds very nice, said the boy, but the bear showed no sign of having heard him. He just kept smiling and rowing. I wonder what he's thinking about. Have a think, and maybe we'll find out tomorrow.